forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack make it backflip. Telly Hank it with the action. With the vital speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby Maine. Just caught a touchdown from the bay.
On March 2nd, 2006, in an interview by Michael Clark for the Houston Chronicle, Houston rapper Paul Wall would say, "It gotta either be a case of mistaken identity or an attempted robbery, or somebody didn't realize who they were robbing." Houston legend and one half of the iconic rap duo UGK would say, "There were no kinks in this man's moral armor. Because he was a rapper, there will be people who would take his death the wrong way. But he was a peaceful guy and a family man who had no beef with nobody." Just a few hours before the previous night, at 10:45 p.m., the city lost a legend and probably the last piece of tape that held together the city's most prolific supergroup ever. With the loss of his 5-star general, the clique in the city of Houston would be a totally different place after May 1st, 2006.
The loss of Houston rapper Big Hawk. The 36-year-old was shot to death Monday night outside a friend's house. He was struck multiple times. Hawk was a member of DJ Screw's Screwed Up Clique, H-Town's most well-respected rap collective, inspiring some of the top names in the city. In 2001, Hawk had an album that did well on the Billboard charts, but he was huge on the underground scene. Just recently, I had the opportunity to chat with the rapper about his underground fame and its humble beginnings.
We weren't thinking about being in the industry. We were just having fun. It was the idea like, hey, we should try to make an album. I think we sound pretty good. Maybe if we pick up a pen and write, we probably can make something happen.
So far, police only have one lead, a witness that sighted a white car near the scene shortly after the shooting. For more, log on to BT.com.
Had no common denominators, it gets greater later. If you're straight for perpetrators, I pull more stunts than Evil Knievel, cause I'm on that chase for the rule of all evil, trying to thread the needle, making hits like the Beatles. This is just the first chapter of the legendary sequel. My people, we congregating, find ways to separate haters and fags. I continue to annihilate, they motivate me to fulfill my destiny to be one of the smartest, not the hardest artists in this industry. You feeling me? The intensity on this MIC? Man, chill out!
You know, that's a given. That was my partner. That was my niggas, you know what I'm saying? Quite frankly, he was the new Screw. Cause you know, Screw was like the closest thing to Jesus that drank type shit I know about. You know, the nigga had $12 in his pocket, $6 was yours, even if you ain't asked for it, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, when Screw went into the box, Hawk was the needle and thread that was keeping the clique together. Cause, you know, I'm gonna tell the truth. Don't nobody in the Screwed Up clique like nobody else in the Screwed Up clique. We don't kick it with each other. You know what I'm saying? Me and Hawk and Mike Deal kick it. And then you got Kiki, you know, who we kick it with. And you got Hawky, I fuck with Hawky, but there's certain people in the clique he don't fuck. I mean, like everybody else clique. So it's like, you know, so them certain niggas, man, Hawk was one of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Hawk was one of them niggas I was fucking with. So when that shit happened to that nigga, that shit fucked me up. Cause I had to turn myself in like 17 days after that anyway. So you know, it really fucked me up. But today I can tell you, you know, that I know he alright. He doing better than us right now. We out here tripping in this old 80-degree daytime, 30-degree nighttime ass weather in this bitch, having walking pneumonia and the flu and shit. He probably chilling, you know, eating some heavenly grapes or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Spitting the verse up there with Screw probably on the turntables or something. So they cooling right now, they chill.
Houston rapper Big Hawk was laid to rest today. Someone shot him last Monday in southeast Houston. Many say Big Hawk was killed just as he was about to hit his stride in the music world. The WB's Chris Saba reports.
We're trying to bring peace to the community and bring us together, not to go out and kill whoever did it, but to bring them into justice.
High emotions in front of the funeral home in which local rapper John Edward Hawkins, known to many as Big Hawk, was remembered. The ceremony packed with family, friends, and associates.
I sing the hook on this song, I already know. Yeah.
Big Hawk was shot in front of this southeast Houston home on Monday night, his life ending in a way many rappers rhyme about.
Man, you put your preaching for ditching. He wasn't saying none of that.
But at his funeral, people like Houston rap star Paul Wall tell us Big Hawk's message
We on the boulevard acting.
wasn't one that inspired hate.
I don't think these lyrics brought any aggression towards him. I think it just was something random. It just was a tragedy.
Tragedy, as only a month ago, the same people walking past the hearse were walking past a limousine on their way to Big Hawk's wedding.
It would be different if he lived an alternative lifestyle or he was living a life of crime. Then it could almost be understanding.
But with a new wife and 2 children, all here say Hawkins was on his way to success, both in the rap world and the world of life. Chris Saba, Houston's WB, News at 9.
After spending time in Houston's 3rd Ward, Hawk would find his way to South Park into DJ Screw's house after his little brother Fat Pat, who I covered previously on this channel, took him to meet the legendary DJ. And by 1992, they both were members of the legendary Screwed Up Clique. And by the time 1994 rolled around, him, his brother Pat, Screw, and little Kiki would form the group DEA, or Dead End Alliance, named after the dead end block of MLK that Hawk would move to from the 3rd Ward.
We in here with my man Big Hawk and Big D. We chilling out here in the 3rd Ward section of the city. Already, baby. All right, man. For sure. What's the deal, Big Hawk? What's been going on, baby?
Man, slow boogie, just doing my thing, putting in work, constantly putting it down, same old thing.
Already. All right. What makes you with Dead End Records? We're going to start off from the beginning. Well, not the beginning. We're going to start off from the mid when the album started.
Yeah.
What makes you with Dead End?
Dead End, that was where, see, I was really born and raised out in the 3rd Ward.
Already.
Saying, and what happened was, I'd say when I was about 13, 12 years old, we moved out in South Park in the Dead End section of Martin Luther King. They had a village down there where Martin Luther King was closed at the end.
Already.
So we put ourselves Dead End of Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Already.
So me and my partners, we got together, man, playing around at Screw's house, and we decided to call ourselves Dead End Alliance.
Already.
That's where the DEA comes from.
For sure.
Once we did that, man, it was pretty much, that's pretty much solidified it, man. I'm Dead End, we gonna be Dead End Records.
Already.
Ran it from there.
For sure. Well, how was it like for you and Pat growing up?
Oh, man, it's normal, brother. Man, just like anybody with a brother, you know what I'm saying? He's my brother, 28 years, man, just nigga fight, nigga play, we had fun. But, as we got older, we maturing as men, we had more fun times, and, we both learning and feeding off each other.
Already.
It was just a normal, average day, brother.
What school you went to?
I graduated from Stewart in 88, man, so still people on me trying to figure.
Already. All right, we're going to move on to 2 different deaths in your life.
Yeah.
I mean, not the only ones that we know of.
Yeah.
I'm going to start off with Screw. What's the last conversation you had with him? And
man, it's funny.
The whole scenario.
It's funny, man, because, tomorrow my birthday, man. Screw passed like 2 days after my birthday. And then, funny, it was my birthday, and I saw him like the week before. Like now, 2 weeks before, I think. And he got his album release party. Saw him there, man. Man, we hadn't saw each other in so long. You know, we hugged, man, we laughed. Matter of fact, I still got a picture of just me and him we took that night. You know what I'm saying? And man, I just remember that night we had such a good time, man. And man, coming to hear that news, that was the first thing hit my head. I'm like, that's so true. Yeah. That can't be true.
How did you get the information on?
Man, Big Mo called. Called me, Big Mo called. Man, sorry to call and bear the bad news.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you tripping.
Well,
I went on over there and just, I'm steady talking to Mo, but as I'm talking to him, I'm riding on over there.
Right.
And I rolled over there and just saw it myself.
Oh, man.
Man, that was a heartbreaking blow, man. Because you know, death is always untimely anyway, so you always, you talk to expect the unexpected.
Right.
Man, you know, when it go back like me and Screw, man, like we went back, man, it's just a hard blow to swallow.
Right.
Hard pill to swallow right there.
Okay, I'm gonna go to two more. Mr. Fat Pat, your brother.
Oh, man.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. I can't even, man.
Yeah.
You know, just even thinking about that with son back in tree. Yeah, but
I mean, how did you find out?
I mean, that was when I was working then.
Right.
I had a job, man. I so happened to get a call from my cousin, and he's like, man, we think something happened to your brother. You know what I'm saying? So I immediately just leave, man. Or I leave, I go on the scene, man. You know, they wouldn't even let me in to see him, you know, man. I was just like, that just turned the nigga whole world around, man. I mean, everything. I was just, my main concern was my mom, man, because I got the type of mom that's worried. She always worried about us. Y'all don't speak, y'all don't do this, y'all don't, you know what I'm saying? And, man, just, you know, one of her sons to be gone, man, I was just like, damn, man, you know, sometimes, man, I still can't believe it. You know, I just have to go out to the grave site and just, you know, we gotta feed up a son here, man, and, you know, I see a lot of Pat in him.
Yeah.
So, man, you know, that just really keeps us going, man.
After the untimely murder of his little brother Fat Pat in February of 1998, then suffering the loss of his close friend DJ Screw in November of the year 2000, the 5-star general would become the flagship member of the legendary collective. But despite those losses, when the average person probably would have just given up, Big Hawk would keep pushing, and he would be featured on multiple projects, most notably the Down South anthem, Wanna Be a Baller, which was the second single off Little Troy's Sittin' Fat Down South album. The song would be incredibly successful, charting at number 31 on Billboard's Hot Rap Singles. He would then release his solo album, Under Hawk's Wings, through Dead End Records in the year of 2000. The project would feature Texas legends like Little Flip, Little Kiki, Big Mo, and Zero. And for an independent album, the project was also a success, charting at number 68 in the top R&B and hip-hop albums with no promotion outside of the city of Houston. But I believe the highlight of his career would come the very next year in 2001 with the release of his second solo album, Hawk. The album would chart in the top 50 on Billboard, reaching number 45. This project would also include the Texas classic, You Already Know. And after releasing these projects and seeing their success, you can tell that Big Hawk knew that Houston's time was coming really, really soon.
Mr. Hawkins, the Hawk, the Incredible Hawk. What's the deal, man?
What's happening, man? Ain't too much, just chilling, baby.
I'm right with you, dog. You know, we're sitting here in the studio, hanging out. I appreciate you for letting us come kick it with you for sure.
Y'all came kick it with me. Thank y'all for the opportunity, bro.
So, everybody's buzzing off this single. You already know. How does that make you feel, Hawk?
It really makes me feel good, man, because I know that hard work pays off, man, because I'm a hard worker. And when I make music for my people. So, you know, my fans out there, I want y'all to feel me. So I make my music for y'all. So I don't just rush and do nothing. I take my time and put together a piece of art for you.
Real. And you notice he said my people. When you say my people, you're talking about your fans. When you say your fans, you got the blacks, the whites, the Hispanics. What does that tell you when you can reach out beyond just a race, when you take on a whole culture, hip hop culture? What does that make you feel?
It really makes me just feel blessed, man, because I feel that it was a gift that I didn't know I had until my brother, the late Fat Pat, passed. And I was like, you know, he brought us in it, man, so I just really took it in stride, man. And,
you know, because it's a hard thing to do, to become a root. And that's exactly what SUC and the whole clique did out here in Houston. I mean, you know, you guys got roots out here. And when somebody mentions Houston, you think of SUC. Screw music, you know what I'm saying? So where do you see music going now in Houston and in Texas? Where do you think that it's going to go?
I see it just kicking doors down. That's all I can visualize, man. Right now, we're in the process of doing this Screwed Up Click album. And man, we got what it takes to kick the door down. Texas as a whole got what it takes, man. You know, we just a little behind on the industry game, man, whereas on the East Coast, they're ahead of their game a little bit. But slowly but surely, it's coming, man. They starting it in ATL and it's coming on down, man, for real, baby. Texas is what's happening. Better listen to that little flip and say SUC. Screwed Up Click, man. We represent it to the fullest, man.
Man, so like I said, y'all, I'm sitting here with legend. I'm sitting here with roots. I'm sitting here with somebody who is respected in the game. And the only thing that I can say is he's down to earth, man. He's kicking it with you. He's kicking it with me, LV1, Credible Hawk. Stay tuned, y'all. SUC, Southside Houston, Texas. Let them know.
Southside, baby. I represent it to the fullest. SUC, Screwed Up Click, HAWK. Incredible.
But unfortunately for the fans of Screw, the Houston rap scene, and rap fans in general, just a year or two before Houston would begin to get the recognition it deserved, with the flood of artists that would burst onto the scene, like his one-time collaborator, Little Flip, and guys like Slim Thug, Mike Jones, Chamillionaire, Paul Wall, and many others. Big Hawk would lose his life visiting a friend, allegedly for a domino game, just like his brother 8 years before him. Things were different after the death of Pat. Then, with the death of Screw, it was never the same. But after the death of Big Hawk, it was really like the end of the Screwed Up Click. I mean, people still rep the crew, but the army lost its general.
Cries for justice are ringing out a year after a murder that rocked Houston's music scene. Big Hawk was a local rapper on the verge, some say, of major stardom. Today, we heard from his wife and friends who told 11 News reporter Rux Russell why they're fighting to keep Hawk's memory alive.
I done sailed to Atlanta. Swam the stole a bird and easy trooping Howard.
His music can be heard over the internet. His image emblazoned on shirts and magazines. The investigation into the rising rap artist's murder 1 year ago lingers on as well.
I'm so angry, and it's so unfair.
Misha Hawkins is still coming to terms with her husband's slaying last May. John Hawkins, known within Houston's rap music scene as Big Hawk, was by most accounts on the verge of making it big.
And he wasn't involved in any drug dealings, any illegal dealings whatsoever. He was just trying to make a living for his family.
And when he left home early last May, he told his wife he'd see her later. Big Hawk would never make it back home. Instead, he was shot to death while leaving a friend's house on this Southwest Houston street later that night. No one has ever been arrested for the crime, leaving those who knew Hawk without closure. Just 3 days prior to his death, Hawk sat down for an interview with freelance producer Cliff Mack. The words he spoke then now seem prophetic.
Somebody gonna die, we want sickness, whatever, death is promised to us.
We talked to the producer about the man who shook up the music scene in town.
When you heard Hawk, you really heard a fine example of the Houston sound.
He didn't live.
His wife has contributed to a $10,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Ironically, Hawk's debut album will be released later this month.
I do not want them to forget him.
Through his music, they likely never will. In Houston, Rux Russell, 11 News.